Stream.
All right, I press the button.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to session 29 of The Silence of the 12. Let's start off tonight with Dove. Dove, catch us up on what has happened since our last session.
Wow. All right. Well, let's see. Trying to remember where we started. I believe was in the aftermath of the battle in the basement of the asylum, where we were apprehended by not the law so much as another faction of the 12 who how do I remember how to do this? They told us to contact our I'm having trouble with words tonight all of a sudden. Nikolai's compromise. We need to find out who our new handler is going to be. So we had to contact the 12 to figure out what our new mission orders are. And then we were, reprimanded but not in trouble. Told to be careful, I believe, if I remember. And sent back out to meet someone that I think Saf had made the arrangements to speak to.
Why don't you take it from there, Saf?
Okay, so we did, he doesn't have his headphones on, but we did learn a couple of things too while we were in the asylum basement, that the cloaks belong to the Emerald Claw on that one guy. All the people we fought were undead. And then when we left, they did speak with Dead, and we learned a couple things, but I don't remember, and I'm not going to read my notes word for word.
Sure. Real quick. The guy that they spoke with Dead was dead, but was never undead. That's the one exception.
Yes, the one with the bone skull was dead, and then the other ones were dead, but that guy wasn't.
Yeah.
Fuck. So we left, and we went to make our arrangements with the drop-off at a House Civis place, but while we were out, a mail courier came and found us and gave me a note from Tomas saying that he wanted to meet with him, and his master wanted to meet with us tonight because I was able to do what I needed to do. And then we went there after we gave our orders, and we need to go back to the drop-off tomorrow to get our new orders.
All right. Let's say, Chris, as you got to the, or Mother, rather, as you got to the inn, heavy as the crown, and were shown to the room, what can you tell us about what happened after you arrived at the room?
Well, Esteban. Tomas looked a little bit beat up. Saf commented on it. And we met with, a figure who said he was Dove's father, I believe, and projected an image of a red dragon, was it? Yeah, those are the main things. And then one other detail, it was the Blood of Vol faction specifically of that these undead and necromancers seem to be part of.
All right. Dalvash, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you needed headphones or not.
No, I usually just wear them anyway, but I can only hear out of the right one today for some reason.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, you sound good. As long as you can hear us, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So as we pick up, you all saw the projection, and I'll go ahead and show that one more time. As an image behind the man, you see the image of a red dragon. As soon as he projects that,
Motherfucker.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I rolled bad. Well, relative.
all right, we got Dove, Lob, Mother. Only one I'm missing is Dalavash. Did you get the prompt for that?
No, I'm just logging into Foundry right now.
Oh, gotcha. All right, as soon as you get logged in, oh, well, shoot, then you missed what I showed.
Mhm.
Let me know when you're in.
I'm in. That's what she said.
Oh, all
Did
right.
she?
So
Yeah, why she the one doing it?
you see the figure before you, and Dalavash, this is apparently, or what you guys are being told, this is the master that Tomas serves. And as he welcomed Dove by calling Dove his daughter, he projected an image. And that is the image he projected. All right?
Okay.
All right. And now I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Damn saves.
You will have to go to your character sheet for that. If you go to your character
Yeah,
sheet, underneath your wisdom, you have two modifiers, the modifier and the save on the right. Just click the save on the right to make a roll.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay, everyone except for Saphiel and Mother, you are frightened.
Ooh. All right. I will definitely back away.
That just makes me more angry. I mean, I'm gonna back away, but it's still gonna make me angry.
Yeah.
He fears.
I'm just
it.
gonna stand there and
He
look
hates
at
what
him
he
like,
fears and wants to
all
smash
right.
it. Kind of sidestep behind Mother.
As the effect is clearly felt.
Oh, wait, I have advantage on wisdom saves.
Oh, look at you.
Alistar ability.
Just hit the plus sign next to your 11.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're still frightened. Okay. Holy crap. Hold on one second.
That's right. I gotta let the dog out of this room anyway. She's getting annoying. All right, go. I was checking my character sheet to see if Draconic Bloodline gives me advantage against Dragon Fear, but that does not seem to be the case.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, at super high levels, I can cause it, but I don't think I'll ever get there because it's a level I won't attain in this class. 18.
I can't remember if it's a champion ability or just a fighter ability, but Indomitable at 9th level
Oh, yeah.
allows you to reroll a saving throw.
Maybe because it's your dad, you won't have to make it again.
Yeah, right.
You're like, why would you do this to me?
Okay. All right, sorry about that.
No sorries. Own it.
Okay. Well, my kids are freaking.
Kids.
Okay. As there is clearly a reaction, his eyes scan across all of you, narrowing slightly at you, Saf, and at Mother. However, he raises his hands, kind of palms up, right? And he says, "Peace be with you. I do not intend you harm. You must have many questions. But first, I must honor you." As he turns towards Mother and gives almost like a half bow. "I must thank you for the service you have rendered. You cared for my daughter. And because of you, she lives. You..."
I'm peering over Mother's shoulder, but kind of hiding.
Yep. "You serve the Forge. And I know no way to honor than this. Please accept this gift." And he hands to you a massive smith's hammer. It's not like a mace or a weapon, but it is riddled with, there are veins of almost what looks like red hot molten steel. And yet, when you accept it, it is cool to the touch. As he gives it to you, he tells you, "This is a very special tool. It is known as the heart of the Forge. And in almost a series of images, you get some type of understanding about the device, about the hammer. And one of the things you see is a portal opening and a massive cavernous room that is almost entirely empty. But as you start to picture it and seeing that this could be something of a workshop, things start appearing. Things you've used. A fire forge, anvils, tools, all laid out exactly as they were in your shop in Old Sire. "Take this and use it well, Forge Master."
Mother bows deeply. "I thank you, Great One. I am honored to be of service. I only hope that I can be equal to this title and continue to serve the people."
Again, he gives you like a half bow.
Does the dragon fear wear off, or are we still kind of frightened?
So the the right now, it is now dissipating.
Okay. Because
You're not feeling.
Okay, because I think once I have like control of my own mental faculties, I'm gonna find the nearest chair and just go sit down because I'm feeling like 1,000 different thoughts in 1,000 different directions at the
Sure.
moment, and I need to process.
Yep. He motions you all in, and you can see in the suite that there is a whole spread. There is food, drink, and he says, "Please come," and beckons you all towards the food. Be at peace. Take sustenance. And once you are ready, I will answer your question. And as he kind of motions you all and you all go, there are some servants in the room who are just standing at attention, not doing anything. But the man just kind of goes and sits in a chair and observes.
Are there any kinds of heraldry or banners or anything that would reveal any kind of a affiliation to any of the houses or the nations or anything in here?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a very, very nice suite, right?
Yeah, very lavish and expensive, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the other thing she's locked onto at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is definitely by far, this is like the penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have the option to get some refreshments. What do each one of you want to be doing right at this moment? Obviously, you know that he is waiting for, or you get the feeling that he is waiting for your nerves to settle, for everyone to calm down, and then get down to business. But what do you guys want to be doing at this point?
Well, I'm certainly not eating.
Okay.
I think Dub is wandering about the room, like I said, looking for anything, even though there's nothing in there. She's kind of relapsing into investigative mode, like trying to find any thing to latch onto to start to piece together. I think before she formulates questions, she's trying to piece together what she already knows in her own head to figure out the right questions to ask in the least amount of words. Because he's pretty confident, but she's trying to deny that this is a possibility.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, it lines up with what Mother has told her a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That she'd already kind of denied. So it's kind of shaking her at the moment.
So the rest of you really see how much this is affecting Dove, right? You know, and you've heard the stories. As you guys have been together for a while, you've heard, you all know that Mother literally escaped on the day of the mourning, and that he brought Dove out of Sire. And you've heard these stories, and you've seen something of the power of this being, this dragon, or whatever it is. You felt that presence, and now you have seen him honor Mother and bestow upon Mother some type of artifact.
I've also been chucking fire lately, which is new.
I think I died. See, told you. So Saf doesn't really know how to react, so she's
Yeah.
literally just gonna go get food. She's like,
Okay.
all right, well, this is information anyway, and she's gonna go get food. And she'll make a plate, and if Tomas is still in there, she will go over to him and see if what he's doing, if he's doing anything.
He is still in the room. He has receded. You know, he's more along the back of one of the walls, not in the center where all the food is. But you're more than capable. You know, yeah, that's totally fine. You can grab some, food, and head over to him, and we'll have that conversation in a moment. Mother, in your inventory is the item. It is not unidentified because, in addition to handing you the item, you almost instinctively understood things about it. So feel free to read that over.
Oh boy.
And I would imagine that you are coming to terms with this. Just a heads up, it does require attunement. Dalavash,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing?
I don't really know what to think or do, so I'm gonna try and eat something to at least not appear rude.
Okay.
Um,
And on that note,
It's probably really good. Yeah, speaking of rude.
that's opposite.
So you're just gonna get? Are you gonna try to approach Mother, Dove, Saf, anyone? Or are you just gonna let them do their thing?
I'm gonna let them do their thing and observe right now.
Okay. All right. Lob.
okay, so Lob is very visibly agitated.
Okay.
He is within a footstep of the door that we've walked in. He's sidestepped, so the door is no longer directly behind him.
Okay.
So he's kind of off to the side. And he's just kind of glancing at each individual in the room. Like, not staring at anyone in particular, but just watching someone and then switching attention to someone else,
Sure.
and then switching their attention to someone else.
Just kind of keeping an eye on everything.
He's just, this is not his place, and he's clearly agitated.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Saf,
Me.
you approach Tomas.
Mm-hmm.
He seems very, very subdued.
Non-potato Tomas.
Non-potato Tomas. Exactly. He just got an HD upgrade.
4K remix.
You didn't really have to do that.
All right, so she will go and she will stand next to him. Are you gonna eat anything?
He, instead of speaking, he just kind of gives a small shake of his head and holds up his finger. He nods to you when you approach, but then his attention turns back to kind of everyone else. Give me an insight roll.
I don't think I do. I know what's going on, I think.
Ooh, that's okay. Not great. Especially for being proficient. That's shitty.
You literally rolled a 4.
I know. There's so much time left in the night, but I want to know what his fucking problem is.
Can always use inspiration.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna do it. It's stupid, but I'm going to.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Totally worth it. All right.
All right.
Amazing.
As you approach, you notice two things. You see almost a panicked look towards his master. It is almost, if you hadn't been paying attention, you wouldn't have even caught it. But the moment you started approaching, it was clear that you were going to, specifically to him. He cast a near panicked glance at his master, but he quickly recovered. And then, as you ask the question, he gives a polite no, and looks away. You notice he's continuously stealing glances towards you, but trying to do it in a way that it's not obvious.
All right, she's just gonna say, I hope at some point you're going to tell me what happened. But I guess you can't right now.
You see his glance once more, towards his master, and he turns to you and he says, I am sure that my master will answer any questions you may have. And then, just barely above a whisper, as you guys are standing close together, he just says, "Merci."
Oh. Okay, she's just gonna nod, and she's gonna go find Dalavesh.
Okay.
So where's the master sitting right now?
He's sitting down, but as Dalavesh is kind of the only one
Actually sitting and eating.
Sitting and eating. He's just kind of walking around and keeping towards the edges. However, he appears right now to be studying lob. And he's kind of heading towards that way. So to give you kind of a layout of the room, the main room here has the main center part of the room has big table. It's not like a dining room table, but it's like like a tea table that could maybe sit like 4 people. And there are very ornate chairs scattered all throughout. And so the little tea table is filled with food and refreshments and things like that. And people are you can grab a plate and sit down in a comfortable chair and things like that. To the back is like the master suite, which is behind closed doors. That's kind of where Tomas currently and Safiel are. There is bookshelves with books. There are some ornate chests, clearly belongings of this guy. But they're more on display. They're showpieces. And it makes you wonder. He travels with all of this. There are very unique pieces, collector's items. Oh yes. And the on the opposite side of the master suite, where his the bedroom or whatever would be, is where the entry to the penthouse suite is, and that's currently where Lob is. So he's kind of made his way around the room clockwise. So let's say, hold on one second. Let's say that Saf and Tomas are like, be 10 o'clock, right? If you're looking at the room, 12 o'clock is the master suite. He's probably right now around, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 o'clock as he's heading around, whereas Lob's more like 6 o'clock.
I see Lob
So
in the
he's
back of the
like,
room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
so go ahead, Lob.
Sorry.
It's way back there.
Is that basically where I am, like against this curtain here?
Well,
If that was the door.
the picture is just to kind of give you an idea of opulence.
Right.
There's no bed in this room, right? So yeah, this view, sure. Let's say that it is looking at the entryway to the seat. So yeah, that's about exactly where you would be, Lob, is
Yeah.
off to the side of the door, which would put him right about here, and Saf and Tomas are about here. So, but again, it's huge. Like, this is the whole, a whole half of the entire building, right? This suite. And so there are multiple rooms in here. You count at least 4 doors. And this is like the main, entertainment space. All right.
So Mother is kind of torn between, on the one hand, wanting to eat to show appreciation, and on the other, oh, my hands are full with this wonderful hammer, and I feel like it would be wrong to put it down, and it is a fascinating piece of work, so, Yeah, Mother will, kind of say, you are a most gracious host to have prepared such a well-crafted feast, and kind of glances at the hammer.
He inclines his head graciously towards you, man.
And will kind of find the most respectful place to put down the hammer briefly and kind of 2 hands lower it and get a plate of food to sample.
Sure.
So I think as Dove paces the room and gets more and more agitated, this is purely for role-playing purposes. I imagine that her eyes start to glow. Not glow like give off light glow, but like if
Just
they
an
looked in your
intense-
direction, there'd be like, you could see as if there was like little LEDs in behind the irises, like just enough that they're suddenly noticeable across the room. And all of a sudden she just kind of like stops and with determination goes marching toward the master.
Okay.
Gets up, not too close because there's still a residual layer of fear in there, and she just says, "Prove it."
He
Arms crossed but
turns
visibly
to
shaking.
you. Sure. He turns to you with a fond smile. And also like a thoughtful look on his face. And how could I prove to you, one? What would you accept other than my word?
Takes a deep breath. And just kind of lock eyes, as much as she can lock eyes and still be a little scared. I know it's futile. She's kind of trying to look for facial similarities, but if he's a shape change dragon, he can look like whatever he wants. Anyway, I'm human. I don't know what you are. How is this possible?
And as he cocks his head and looks at you. And how many full humans have your eye? My eye. And his eyes really do glow
Yeah.
brightly, with intent, but then settle back down. He studies you for a moment, and he says, as he lifts up a hand, and flame dances.
Brian, can you mute your mic just for a second? I'm hearing double mates.
Yeah, that's the only downside with no headset.
Coming out of the speaker, yep.
Yeah. He forms like a glowing ball of fire, and he sends it your way, just shooting. And you know, there's probably only about 3-4 feet, but
Am I gonna play catch with my dad?
Instinctively, you put your hand up, and the ball just stops. You
Okay.
have learned how to control fire. It is in your blood, little one.
I for the first time in a long time, completely deactivate the hat of disguise. And kind of roll my sleeves up a little bit, and there's like hints of scales on her skin.
He nods. Like he gives
Love
you a knowing
visibly
nod.
shivers.
It's okay. You can be called the Dragon Slayer now.
Dragon layer.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Oh,
That was the point. It's a joke.
Oh.
Oh, Dragon's Lair. Okay.
And he's not even a bard.
He turns to you and he says, "I do not think the answer you it is proof that you seek. I think you seek to understand the question." And he leans towards you a little bit more, and he says, "Why?" And just stares at you with an intensity.
I'm gonna slowly kind of back away a little bit and go have a seat and just keeping looking at him. I'm kind of trying to fumble for food just to put on my plate and just
Okay.
kind of yeah. I do look at everyone else in the room real quickly, especially maybe a lingering look at Mother.
He certainly wasn't. He certainly wasn't being
Right.
whispering, but he also wasn't shouting. So depending on where they were, not everyone may have heard the whole conversation, but
Mhm.
most of it.
Well, they definitely heard the start of it because I was not being
Mhm.
quiet.
Yeah. Saf, you find Dalavash. Obviously, he's not far away.
Okay. She's going to ask Dalavash to do the like connection thing. However
Okay.
they have decided to do it.
Yep. You give him the little,
Special hand gesture.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll do it.
Can you do me a favor? And can you just tell Tomas or ask him first of all if it's safe to talk like this? And ask him if I can talk if there's words are hard. Ask him if him and I will have an opportunity to talk later. And tell him I'm going to leave him alone for the rest of the night because clearly there's some issue.
All right. Dalvash, as you relay that, Tomas responds through your telepathic link, and it's very simple and almost terse. Although you don't always get a lot of inflection, necessarily through the telepathic link. But his answer to you is no, it is not safe. And yes, I will make time.
All right, I will tell staff that.
Okay.
Make sure you tell it in Tomas's accent.
Yes.
Tell what?
You
tell
have
it in
to say it
Tomas's
in-
accent.
Do a French accent, Brian. Go. Do it. Go.
Don't fall into the peer pressure. It's okay, Brian.
I can't do a French accent.
Oh, come on. You're from
Oh, oui,
up
oui.
north. You probably have family that speaks French.
French.
I speak
French.
Okay.
Okay. She will just look in Tomas's direction, but kind of try and make it look like she's not looking at him. And once he makes eye contact, she'll just nod and then go about. And then when she sees Dove takes her outfit off, she's just gonna say Mystify and be in her regular clothes. She's
Okay.
not gonna look nice. I'm not gonna look nice with
Yeah,
that.
All right.
Well, I was doing
so
it more
kind of
because
as-
I've been assuming that the hat's been actually disguising my skin changes too since I picked up Sorcerer.
Ooh.
Because that Draconic Bloodline, they actually get +2 to their armor class because they grow scales.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
So-
she didn't see, or she just saw that your outfit
dropped the
changed and she
outfit?
didn't want to
Okay.
be in that shit anymore.
Right.
All right. While the conversation is happening between both, Dalvash, the little menage a telepathy, the master has moved closer towards Lob and is studying him. And after just a brief moment, this is shortly after Dove leaves.
I didn't leave. I just
No, but walked
Right,
away
okay.
from him, right? He gets close enough to where he can address you, Lob, without shouting, and he says, that is a strange blade. Come here and hand me that blade.
Sake.
Shit.
I don't know why that popped up,
That-
but I'll roll it. Oh, I
That's
failed.
the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
Everybody roll again.
Nope. Lob. The command given.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
find
might as well
yourself.
just explain it to me because I have no control.
Yep. So you instantly feel that it is the most natural thing to quite quickly approach and hand over your blade. All right.
How much control do I have?
I mean, you definitely do have some, but this is akin to how do I say this without? Okay. You pursue the course of action described to you to the best of your ability.
Really?
Yep.
To the best of my ability?
Yep. However, because that is the only thing that
I
was
said
said
give him
to
the
you-
blade.
Yep.
So I'm going to chuck it at him. I mean, I'm sure he's
What
gonna catch it.
happened?
I'm sure he's gonna catch it and all, but I am just gonna like perhaps with my I'm not gonna easily hand it over, but there's going to be definitely a forceful toss.
Okay. As you unlimbered the blade, and well, so here's the thing. What he actually said is to step forward and give him the blade. So you'd have to close the
Oh,
door.
I'll give him the blade, alright.
You failed your wisdom save, so I'm gonna say that before you even know what's happening, you've handed the blade. Now, as soon as you do hand him the blade, you almost don't even remember why. But he seems to not really be paying attention to you as he turns the blade over and runs his hands along the blade, runs his fingertips along the runes. Now, I told you that when you first got the blade, you could not read the runes, remember?
Yep.
And then shortly after, you could. He studies it for some time, and then he lifts his head towards you and he says, "This is remarkable. Where did you find this blade?"
I don't say anything. Visibly angry.
You do not know what you possess.
I no longer possess it.
He flips the blade around and he holds it out to you hilt first.
I don't take it. His anger is that white hot. Am I able to take a step back? Because
Sure.
he said take a step
Sure.
forward.
No, yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, no, I take a step back.
Okay. He studies you. And kind of just looks you over.
And I don't like I've handed him the blade, and my hands have returned to their sides.
Yep.
And I've taken a step back. So I'm not reaching for it.
Right.
I'm not looking for it. I take a step back.
He turns to the rest of you. And in somewhat of a loud voice, he says, who can tell me how this blade came to his possession?"
We got it in that, I'm not saying this, I'm asking. This is what we got in that place that was surrounded by fog?
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
Do we know what the name of that place was or anything about its history?
There's a
The
temple of some kind, wasn't it?
temple on Mount Cumbro.
Art 6 temple.
Okay. So if no one else speaks up, then I will volunteer the information just to see how he reacts to it.
And Saf is going to get extremely uncomfortable. Like, visibly uncomfortable.
He nods. I tried to prevent you from going there. Mayhaps it was for the best. He studies the blade.
Under my breath, I mutter, "Really? You wait till now to start trying to help me out?"
When he says maybe it's for the best, I'm actually gonna be like, make a face like, what?
Yeah, Steph will just shake her head and just like kind of be like, "Fuck you," and not look at him anymore.
He turns towards you, Love, and he says, "Has this blade communicated with you yet?"
Unless he forces me to, I don't say anything.
I see here that the runes have changed. He waves his hand over the runes. I would bet anything that these runes were not in Orcish when you found this blade. Whether you know it or not, you have started the bond. He just kind of shrugs and goes half the distance between you. You know, he closes, he's not right up in your face, but he closes about half the distance between you, and he almost gently but firmly sinks the blade into the wooden floor. And in a very quiet voice that only you can hear, he says to you, "This blade is alive."
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And it is looking for a new champ. In order to unlock or awaken this blade, you must complete the ritual. And I suspect it has already started. Taking his hand off the hilt, there are many legends of this blade, but it has a strict code. Are you worthy to wield it? Still nothing?
Still nothing.
Alright.
This is a great sword, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it's
Maybe not
okay.
great, but above average anyway.
It's stupendous.
Fantastic sword. Well, Mother is tempted to ask what he can tell us of this blade, but that's kind of already been said to just Bob.
I do keep giving. I keep glancing in Mother's direction, and if we ever make eye contact, you kind of get the cold stare, even though you've made every effort to be honest all the time. She's just been like stubbornly refusing to believe you until now. But now she's blaming you for not being more forceful on on explaining. Sorry, I'm projecting my real the way I am on this character, but you know.
Well, Lob is way more visibly angry now.
Right.
To put it in terms, like, I'm sorry if anyone's offended by this. Lob has been basically mind raped. And he is not happy about it.
Hmm.
Give me an insight roll with advantage, Lob. So what you can see, and he does a pretty good job of persuading in that what he is saying about the blade is true. But what he does is, his hand leaves the hilt, the sword remains in the floor, standing straight up, and he, makes his way back to where the rest of everyone else is, in enjoying their food or whatever.
So I'm gonna try. Dove kind of sucks it up, shakes it off, and tries to go into not diplomat mode, but like investigator mode. And she'll say, "So this sword, you say it's intelligent? Can it communicate? Does it have a motive?"
The legends say it does not speak, but conveys itself through emotion.
Is it dangerous? To its wielder, I mean.
That depends on the wielder, and if the blade has been awoken. I assure you, it has not.
Perhaps it's better off that Lob doesn't accept it then.
He shrugs. Would you throw away a useful tool, or would you use every advantage?
It would depend on my goals and if the tool is killing me while I use it.
I do not think that the blade has malice towards your friend.
Would he be stronger for using it? Given what you know of its history?
From what I know of its history, those the blade has faced always regret, and it will stop nothing but to bring vengeance and judgment against those it deems dishonorable.
Did he say if it had a name and I missed it?
I don't know if Lob has ever said it.
No, I mean the
He has not.
He has not.
He has not. But he does say the blade has taken the name Honor's Hall.
Can I make a history
And
roll?
I believe sure.
Oh, dang it.
If Mother has heard this, we'll make a roll too. But
Wow, you have a. Oh, you rolled an 8. I thought it was a +8.
What is yours?
Mine's
Yours is
+7. Yeah. That's why I wanted
Is
to see
history
if
one of those ones that can't roll under?
No. But it is something that I'm trained in, and
Yeah.
18 intelligence, I figured I'd probably absorb details and history, stuff like that. But Dove likes to know more than everyone else in the room, so. Or she likes to think she does.
If everyone is ready, I would like to discuss with you all. Please. And he kind of just motions for everyone. A couple of the servants immediately snap to
Yeah,
attention.
I keep forgetting there's a
kinda
bunch of
clearing-
servants in here too.
There's only like 2 or 3.
Are they like
Uh,
on the scared-ish side, or are they just confidently going about their business? Like, are they so used to this guy they don't even think about it anymore?
Yeah, they're just very professional,
Okay.
going around the business. But they do seem somewhat
They're more scared of Lob than they are of the master.
no, I mean they seem very familiar with him. Is what I was
Okay.
going to say.
Okay.
They're clearly not like employees of the hotel.
Right. I'm gonna try to give Lob a reassuring gesture and come on over, but I've probably learned enough to know when he's inconsolable. But I'd make the effort anyway.
I remain in my position.
Yep. All right. So the rest of you, he kind of beckons forward for everyone to kind of gather around. Chairs are kind of placed in a circle, and he seats himself at one of the chairs, and the rest of you are just kind of around. There is just enough for the 5 of you plus him. So, starting on his right, there are 2 seats near him. Where does everyone sit?
I want to sit directly opposite.
Okay.
I want to sit on Lob's lap.
I don't think Lob's there.
No, but that's what he wants, though.
So,
Fucking mute. I'm not sitting, motherfucker.
so there are 2 chairs to his left. Well, 3 chairs to his left. Dove, I'll say you're in the 4th one. So
Okay.
there's 2 chairs in between you on this side, 3 on that side. Staff, Dalavash, Mother, where do you guys sit?
I'll sit on his immediate left.
Okay.
I guess I'll sit on the other side of Seth.
Okay. So there's an empty seat between Dalavash and wait, how many are there of you? There's 5, yeah?
Yeah, so
Yeah. Okay. So there's 2. Yeah. Okay, so there's only one empty seat in between. Sorry, there's only one empty seat in between Dove and him. So, Mother, you can sit between Dove and him, or you can sit between Dalavash and Dove.
Dove and him, I guess.
Okay. So immediately to his right is Mother. Immediately to his left is Saf. Then, so starting from his left, Saf, Dalavash, empty chair, Dove, Mother, him. Okay. All right. He pays no attention to the empty chair, but immediately starts talking to you all. He kind of leaning back in his chair, his elbows on the armrest, his fingers like steepled together like this.
Turns the chair around like
He's-
Riker from Star Trek.
He looks at each of you and he says, I am Imre.
I am what?
Imre. As some of you may know,
She tries not to smile, but she's like, yes.
as some of you may know, or have heard just recently, I am the father of Yezd. She was born
33 years ago.
at the height of the conflict on this nation. I ensured that she would survive the morning and have watched her from afar all these last years. As you know, things are escalating. There is war. Your own houses are racked with strife. My kind do not always pay attention to the wars or disputes of mortal. And yet, we walk for pattern, sign, prophecy, waiting to be filled. I believe that we are on the verge of prophecy. I also believe that your current task align with my purpose.
With my what?
Purpose.
Oh, I thought you said opposition. I was like,
Sorry, the accent's rough.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet as well, Nate.
Oh yeah, my mic was way down by my chin.
There, I think.
I thought that was just me that was having a hard time hearing him.
oh yeah, I turned him up, so I was just like, whatever.
All right. This is not just a war amongst the houses. This has ramifications far and wide. The device that you stopped on the train to Fairhaven, that was just one plot, one possibility that show branching futures. Where this is headed could be the destruction of all life. But there is a way. My kin do not think that we should interfere. They say that I read the prophecy incorrectly. However, and he inclines his head towards Dove, I may have some attachments they do not. And so, I do not wish for these paths to to continue as they are.
That's why we're here. We're supposed to stop this war from starting.
It is much bigger than your war with the houses. Please understand. There may be very little that you can do for the houses and the 12. What I offer, what I say, goes far beyond your houses. And these who are gifted with my king's heritage, the marks of dragons. As powerful as they are, in the grand scheme of things, they are insignificant. When my servant approached you, you asked for proof, for trust. You will establish that trust by doing what I hoped you would do, which was to stop the attack. Then I asked for you to do something for me, and you secured an ally. As he looks towards Sapphire, the one who thinks he has gotten the better of our deal, and he kind of gives you a smirk. How did you find Balfuriel?
With the information I was given to be able to find it.
How did he strike you?
Oh,
He is quite mad.
I guess as expected, he was very arrogant and seemed to think he knew a lot and did know a lot. I wouldn't say he seemed bad, but that's also the first dragon I've ever met, so maybe he is.
He is ancient, even by our terms. And I have fear he is not in control of all of his faculties. However, his ancient wisdom and knowledge will be invaluable. I thank you. He would not have let any of us approach him like you did. He gives you a nod, like a deep nod.
She will just nod back. He wasn't very happy about it, but when he realized I wasn't breaking the treaty, he kind of let up. Whatever that means.
He kind of just nods his head. And sighs when you mention the treaty. So with that, he kind of leans forward a little bit. I must know if you are willing to do more.
Much more.
And what kind of more? And are you going to tell us more about the prophecy? What we're getting involved in?
He just kind of slowly nods his head as if just kind of almost thinking to himself and thinking ahead and he's not really making eye contact. He's almost just like planning out and almost looking at different paths and different things that could happen. And go ahead.
Mother will kind of immediately say, I will do whatever little I can to prevent any such destruction.
There may come a time where you must choose where your loyalty lies. Is your loyalty to the people of this great continent? Or is your loyalty to these small houses? I do not expect you to choose now, nor if it could be avoided, would I have you choose at all. However, as I am sure you no doubt know, the 12 and your order have been compromised. Those who stand in the way of what comes soon find themselves on the run or outright destroyed by their former masters. I will tell you what I can as you require. However, I believe what I need you to do now coincides with what you have already on your plate.
Coincidence. Or convenient was the word I was looking for.
You must meet with the king.
We haven't had much luck.
Convince him not to turn against the 12, turn against the houses. However you do that, I leave to you. The houses could be a terrible enemy to his nation, or a valuable ally. But if he follows through with the laws his people are demanding, I fear the end is a path we do not want to take. And he looks seriously at each of you. the unrest in the houses. Settle the disputes. These are already tasks you are prepared to do.
Mhm.
My aid will not be unlimited. I need you to be autonomous in this. However, my servant Thomas will assist as needed.
And will we be able to
When,
contact you if we need to?
if it is important, yes, tell Thomas.
We are grateful for this aid. May I ask?
What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
No. He was literally going to ask, what questions do you have for me?
Perfect.
I apologize too many for one so knowledgeable as you must be. Are the blood of Vol our only problem here? Are they the cause of the issues in the 12?
There are many different groups involved, and yet many of these groups are just pawns on the field.
Do you know who's at the top?
I am afraid some things are hidden even from me. However, there are few beings who could truly benefit from total collapse. The list is small, and yet too large to know. He kind of looks, questioningly around, seeing if there's any more information.
See, concerning locally, how many groups are you aware of that interfere with this process?
He just kind of shakes his head. If there is a group, they are being controlled and activated. Uh-oh. Just lost Hunter.
Oh no.
Welcome back.
Computer really just like opened up 5 applications and signed me out of like 2 of them.
Wow.
And I was just so solid.
If there is a group now, they are a part of all of this. No one is spared, whether they know it or not. Do you have a specific question of a specific group?
Many. Are there any too many? Suppose I will start. What of the Purple Party? Are they aligned with any outside group or separate from any of them?
They are mortals, much like any other, with fears, with desires, and they have been given certain lies or half truths to believe. Anytime a people are wanting or feeling discriminated against, you will see groups like this rise up. Again, whoever is driving them, they have a purpose. We need to ensure that the laws do not change concerning the houses. This is a path we must avoid.
Acknowledged. So, interpretation, they are following their own agenda, not that of Blood of Vol or some other group. Correct or no?
I think that they have, to their mind, noble purposes. And yet, the consequences of their desires will hurt not just them, but everyone. And yet, to them, it seems the righteous path. He seems like he's getting a little impatient.
Okay.
But he's you know, not outwardly showing, but he's kind of looking at all of you.
Do you have any relationship with the Dark Daggers? Specifically their leader?
They are the local criminal organization.
Mm-hmm.
I may have agents inside, but they do not serve me. They are not my tools.
See, they have harassed us. There was another group may have harassed Tomas and Saf and us. Appeared after Dalavash. Who are they?
Everyone at the circle, roll me an insight. Ooh.
Ready?
Okay, everyone. Literally everyone. At the mention of Tomas, he looks up. So specifically, when Chris said a group that may have harassed Tomas, he looked up, and there was just the barest hint of a frown of displeasure that quickly went away. But all of you saw it. There are many groups. Again, think not of the pawns on the field. The pieces matter not. It is the hand that guides and shapes. Do not get distracted by these little machinations.
So, at his reaction, she's going to ask, so who put all of those marks on him then?
His hands go down to the armrests, and he kind of lifts himself up a bit, but leans forward towards you. I did. He displeased me.
I want to punch him so fucking bad.
Now, I will have a task for you, but you must resolve these issues. You must meet with King Rogar. The houses here, they must not continue fighting. Someone is controlling Vidalis. Find out who. Why do they wait? Settle it. Once you have done these things, then you will be ready for more, a bigger part.
EJ, say hi.
Hello.
He looks around, kind of makes sure there are no, other questions, and just kind of stands up at that point.
I'm just kind of looking around at our team members, like,
Yeah.
Acknowledged. Will do, sir.
He nods, brusquely, and he says to you, Dove, you have authority by your counsel. Use it. Also, I have heard that you, and he at that, when he says you, he looks straight towards Lob, have been challenged.
I just let out a sigh. Because I'd forgotten all about it.
This is no ordinary. Oh, you're on mute? I didn't
Yeah.
think you were going to talk.
Oh, no, well, I'm not going to talk,
Okay.
but I am going to glare at him.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue to glare at him.
He's not paying much attention to it.
I don't care.
But he says to Dove, "This is not a small event. It will be very public, and the champion may get a boon. It could be a way to secure a meeting with the king."
So like a wager. Yeah, no pressure, I say. I look at Lob.
My advice: complete the ritual. And he looks directly at the blade still standing in the ground.
We've gotten this far without your help. I just kind of mutter.
Use the tools that are at your disposal. And with that, he nods and he says, "My servant will be in touch." And with that, he looks directly at Tomas and just kind of gives him a challenging look, which Tomas immediately bows low and straightens.
Which way is he in compared to where
He's
I'm sitting?
So where you're sitting, he's you can see him. He's almost directly opposite of Imrith.
Okay.
And so if you turn to your left, you would be able to see him.
She just gives, not Tomas, she gives Emmerich this the nastiest fucking look when he does that. She is not happy.
And with that, he says, "Until we meet again," and nods his head and leaves the room, heading towards.
Oh, he leaves the room first? He doesn't let us leave?
Well, he's probably going to his suite, I would imagine.
He's going into the suite.
As he leaves,
and
I say goodbye, but I say it in Draconic.
He pauses and just kind of turns his head slightly, and you can see a smile pulling up the corner of his lips, of his mouth, and he gives an appreciative nod, and then goes out. And with that, let's take a break.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you.
What do you hate?
The DM.
Why?
Had a whole speech. I can't use it now. Motherfucker.
Guess you should have talked when you had some fucking time, bitch.
Well, the timing was wrong.
I suppose you can give it to us. We're still here.
No, I don't need to give it to anyone. My actions will speak for me.
They usually do.
Like an intelligent sword to really spike up your day. Chris, did I ever tell you about the +1 nunchucks that I gave the party once?
No.
It was a +1 pair of nunchucks that had delusions of grandeur and intelligence. So powerless to control the player, but just love to shout battle cries and proclaim
Nice.
its victory, just like little cheesy +1 nunchucks that no one would use. Pick me, pick me! Little kitty cats.
Nice. Yeah, artifact weapons that have agendas or do things do sound like something we could use very well.
We were playing a 2nd edition game. I think Randy was running it. Forgotten Realms, I believe. And one of our friends, Rick, got himself a magical intelligent weapon. And he was playing a dumb fighter. And he already had occasionally lost control to the sword. And it kept convincing him that it wanted him to get it enchanted with new abilities. So he kept spending every penny he had to add more magical enchantments or new abilities to the sword. And of course, every time you give it more powers, it gets a bigger ego, which means it can control you easier. And we just kept trying to get him to stop doing it. So it's like, eventually it's not going to be your character anymore, Rick. It's going to be the sword. You're going to be the sword's character if you keep doing this.
There's something I want to say, but I'm not sure if I should say it.
I don't know
Depends on the future.
I don't know if intelligent weapons in 5th edition can take over your character like they used to be able to.
Jeremy, you're gonna hate me for this.
Why?
I just dumped a jar of pickle juice down the drain.
It's all right. It happens here sometimes too. I only shed a few tears. But were they Clausen pickles or regular pickles?
Mount Olive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all right then.
Maybe it wouldn't be too much of a spoiler. Let's just say I would have had reason to look at some of those artifact weapon rules in the campaign I was running.
Oh yeah. Oh, I bet those older adventures.
I was gonna say, if you don't like alcohol, the best thing, if you don't like the taste of alcohol, but you want to get drunk, the best option for you is a pickle shot.
What is a pickle shot?
So you do a shot of alcohol, usually whiskey, and then you follow it up with a shot of pickle juice. And the pickle juice cancels out the alcohol taste.
Oh wow.
It like completely disappears once you down the pickle shot.
Just get a fruity drink.
I mean, there's that too.
Well, I mean, yeah, but shots take you from 0 to 60 in like 10 minutes.
So does a Long Island if you drink it fast enough.
Whatever.
Well, anything if you drink it fast enough.
Can't anymore.
Nope. Not for a while.
No.
Technically, you could, but you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't have deli meat anymore. It's the worst because I want Subway all the time. Every time we walk into Walmart.
Oh no.
Sorry, I have to say one second.
What's wrong with deli meat?
Because of the bacteria that could be on it,
Yeah.
I would literally have to bring it home, cook it thoroughly on both sides, and then eat it. Even if you like have it warmed up in the like little Subway things, they're like, that's not enough. I can't have I can only have steak and burger and stuff medium or well done. I can't have it medium rare anymore. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is the worst mistake I've ever made.
Now, it didn't used to exist.
Huh?
There are a lot of rules for pregnancy now that didn't used to exist.
Yeah, I think so.
I know.
I don't remember hearing
They-
most of that.
Learn
Yeah.
more.
I mean,
and
it's a
more.
wonder that any of us are alive, right?
My mom smoked
Well-
during my brother's pregnancies, and he ended up only being 5'8".
how we knew that EJ was pregnant the second time. Is we went to Subway and she was like, "This doesn't taste right for some reason." And I'm like, "Are you pregnant again?" It was a joke.
That's amazing.
It's on you.
Yeah, joke's on me.
Dude,
All right.
I've had 2 of that. I did, yes, the other day, because I really like cherries. Cherries are pretty good, but they're fucking expensive, so you don't ever get them. So a couple weeks ago, Andrew bought cherries, and I literally bit it and spit it back out. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't like these anymore. Like, they're
Yep.
gross." I did that today with a piece of cheese. I was like, "That sounds good. That's just a small little snack." Immediately spit it out. I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
My sister-in-law's pregnant too. She's a week and a half behind I am. She doesn't like chocolate anymore. I'm like, "How do you survive?" Like, I love chocolate.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how your tastes change.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all the things that Emily, but I know there was a lot of stuff that she was just completely pissed about that she couldn't eat anymore. And it wasn't because, things like lunch meat or stuff like that. It was just she couldn't eat it anymore because it tasted awful
Yeah,
to her.
because it sucks. I haven't had that with like cheese though. Like, I still like when I was getting sick, pizza was like one of the only things I could actually hold down, which was great.
Oh darn! I have to have pizza again.
I know, literally. Anyway, enough about.
Okay, Malia.
Okay, stop. She will never know that.
All right. Okay, so as he leaves, let's see, where is it? Okay. So as he leaves, or after he's left, rather.
Like Lob's still in the back of the room.
I am. Even though the game is paused, I can still change my. I'm gonna horribly mispronounce it. My visibleness.
Visibility.
No, it's opacency. Oh, whatever.
Opacity?
Opacity, yeah. that's-
Opacity. Is that how it is? Really?
Yes,
All right.
opacity.
Look, I can make myself invisible.
I should have
You
unpaused it a long time ago.
did.
Not that there's any tokens on this, but Tomas approaches and holds out a smooth stone, smooth carved stone. It's enough to kind of like just fit in the palm of your hand, and he hands it to you, Dove.
Oh, bitch.
Okay.
What?
I look at it. What is this?
I know.
And it is now in your inventory. He holds up another one and tells you,
I see it.
yep. This will allow you to communicate with me whenever you need. And he gives you a formal bow. My master has put me at your service, and I am here to help in any way I can. And he gives you kind of a half bow again.
Alright, understood.
Thank you, and I thank him as well, and I am sorry to have troubled both of you.
It is no trouble. Now, all throughout this, he's still pretty stiffly formal. He's not his usual, exuberant self from when you've met him in the past. But he is polite, professional, and formal. You will be in touch when you require, or I will send you what information I can.
Are we going to be able to stay here? Not in here, but at this hotel.
He gives you kind of an apologetic look. I do not think that would be for the best.
I don't want to go back to Jazz's.
However, if you need different accommodations, I would be happy to arrange this.
We do.
He gives you a nod. He goes over to a small writing desk, writes out a note, hands it to one of the servants, who nods and quickly leaves the room. There is an inn. It is the Broken Blade. I have sent my men to procure lodging for you.
What is it relative to like our last place?
This is in a much nicer part of town,
Okay.
so it's definitely a step up from where you were. Although the Dormouse was pretty nice. At one
Yeah.
point, it was extravagant, but it is still in an older part of town.
Historic
She
district.
still very much has an attitude, but she'll say thank you.
Mhm.
He gives you a more formal acknowledgement, nod.
I appreciate that. Hopefully will not be followed there.
Oh, we can rest assured we're going to be followed anywhere we go.
Unfortunately.
True.
We have a lot of eyes on us.
I wonder how.
We don't exactly make a
Scrying.
low profile.
Wonder about scrying, invisibility.
People with big mouths.
I mean, we do live in a surveillance state. Little scrying orbs on every corner.
We still talking in the room?
Yeah.
Yep. We're still in the room
All
at
right.
this point. But
Do you need-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you need anything else from us?
I will be in touch if I require anything, and you may do the same.
Maybe we should check out these new digs.
Yeah, what time is it now?
That's true.
Yeah, I forgot to unpause the game. So when
The
you
time
got
hasn't
here,
passed.
it was about 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock. So now it is probably, I'm gonna say minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is about 10:30.
It's a long rest
So
o'clock.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
it's pretty much time.
Yeah, we might as well head over to that new inn, take a long rest.
Okay.
And then what? Kalistar? We still want to do that?
I will be the last one leaving the room,
Okay.
and I will be giving Tomas the same angry stare that I was giving his master. I will not taking the sword,
Whoa.
and I will leave the room.
Okay. Go ahead and remove that from your inventory.
I will then pick up the sword.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
No,
Put it
you
away.
can't. You can't.
Hold
Because
on,
I
hold
said I
on.
was the last one.
Yeah, he
from
did
the
say
room.
he was the last one.
Lob, where's your sword?
Can't. I can unequip it, but I can't delete it.
You
It's
should
part of
be
you now.
able to.
Give it to Dalamash then.
You should be able to if you unlock your inventory. So
If
there's a
the sword
little
wills.
Oh,
lock. There you go. And then you should be able to right click delete.
You found it in your bed the next morning.
I will telepathically say to Lob, not Lob, say to Dove, what the hell is his issue?
I just look at you and I shake my head. I don't even mentally respond. I just.
seriously, you guys? You don't have an issue with any of that shit?
So
fucking-
totally out of things right now. This is just purely player. You guys need to deal with this.
But we don't know.
Hmm.
If he left last, how are we gonna find out?
No, it's not just that. It's not just this. This is just one of many things.
Oh, his fucking attitude?
It's everything that's been happening. I'm just saying this is something you guys need to deal with, and I would say at this point, your characters have got to be feeling it. You're not a team anymore.
So this meaning lob, not the duel specific.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. There are cracks. There are major cracks. And for a group that has relied on each other and been together for a significant amount of time. I mean, you're going on probably close to 3 years of working together and being in close proximity together. Things are not going to get better if you keep ignoring them. Just saying.
Thanks, Dad.
And that's it. That's all. I'm done.
That's how you know this is a tragedy.
Okay, so are you guys heading straight to the inn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, on that note, is this the time? Mother will just kind of out of nowhere say to Lob,
Shut
Lob,
Don't say a word.
what is your objective?
Shh. I walk off. I don't even listen to him.
Oh no.
I don't know what his fucking is.
He's losing control.
Did he ever have it?
I think he thought he did.
All right.
If unclear objective, then why is he here?
Maybe he's asking himself the same thing.
True.
Would we notice that he doesn't have the sword? Like, is it something that would be prominently displayed on his
Well,
body when he's carrying
I
it?
mean,
it's a great sword.
it's a gray sword.
Right.
And
Right.
and you saw that he would not accept it back from Emma.
Right, but if he left last, we didn't see him not take it.
No,
We didn't see him
but-
take it either. So
Right, but you saw him refuse to accept it, even
Yeah.
if it was as it was offered. Finally, he stuck it in the ground, and now you see him without it.
Mhm.
So it's not hard to put two and two together.
Mm.
Clearly, he doesn't want to talk to Mother.
Or any of us, probably.
Hmm.
Only one of you has tried.
Yeah. I don't think I would try, especially if I have a familial connection with the person that most recently pissed him off.
Fair.
I'm not fucking doing it. No, fuck you. She's still pissed at him. No, they're not in a good place, and she's not gonna talk about it.
Oh man.
That
Yeah.
leaves one person. That leaves the
golden boy.
man.
Why don't you have a little heart to heart?
I really have nothing to say to him right now. At this point, this is just a marriage of convenience and nothing more.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
We all collectively bury our heads in the sand.
All right. I'm assuming you guys don't leave stuff with you between, your bag of holding and your gear. There's probably nothing you need to pick up at the Dormouse.
Right.
No,
I don't think
I
so.
would have taken everything every time we left with the hope we
Yeah.
would end up somewhere else.
Okay.
Right.
So you make your way to the new inn, the Broken Blade. It's not too far from Heavy as the Crown, and it's a very nice posh inn. It's filled with a lot of merchants. There is a very it's not boisterous. Let's put it that way. There is a lutist. She is playing very not like tavern songs, very more like ballads and very. It's just formal. Everything about this place just screams formality. And so when you guys get there, you check in and find, in fact, you do have rooms ready, and everything is set up. Everything is paid for. You guys are free to either enjoy the common room, wind down, or since it's close to 11, you are free to take your long rest if you so desire.
I'll probably stay up for a bit and just see what's going on in the common area, if anything. Catch a feel for this
Yeah, same.
mood in this quadrant of the city.
Sure.
What type of lifestyle, what kind of people frequent this establishment?
Like I said, it's a lot of merchants, dressed in fine clothes, some maybe minor nobles, visiting dignitaries, things like that. It's definitely a higher class patronage.
Saf's just gonna go straight to bed.
All right, Mother?
Mother will effectively do the same, though what it looks like is more like power down with the
Sure.
hammer, kind of looking at it,
All right.
contemplating it.
All right, Lob. What are you doing?
Depending on how much you want to give in to my whim, Bob is going to start the night with a few drinks at this establishment,
Okay.
but then he is going to move out into the night and try to find himself some company.
Okay.
And when he does so, he's going to take a hit of his drug.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And then is he gonna murder a random person? Like unnamed.
Unnamed. I don't know. All right. Well, I don't have a scene for the.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm like, you could just pass on to the next morning.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking just for the in total. I'll just throw you guys over here.
Oh, okay.
This will be called the Broken Blade. Okay. So you guys are, enjoying the common room, etc. Lob, if there's anything anything specifically you're looking for or looking to do, just feel free to message me.
Okay.
Okay, but other than that, unless there's anything in particular any of you want to do, I would say those of you down in the common room enjoy the common room, and then eventually head to bed so everyone can do their long rest.
Okay. Sweet.
All right. So at that point, how late do you think you guys are going to stay up in the common room?
A little past midnight, probably. Not super late.
Okay. All right.
I
I
would probably
will.
stay up till like 9 or 10 and then head to bed.
Okay. Well, it's already 10:30 when you got there.
Right. What I meant to say was probably about midnight.
What's that?
All right.
What I meant to say was probably about midnight.
Okay. That
All right.
works.
So Dalavash and Dev probably see Lob leave after a drink or two.
Yeah.
I see it, but I pay no mind.
Okay, so those of you that stayed up a little bit late, you're up around 8:30. Those of you that went to bed a little bit earlier can choose to get up a little bit earlier if you'd like, or you can sleep in a little bit. Totally up to you. But I'm assuming that at some point you guys would all find your way down to the common room.
Yeah.
All right. Lob, are you did you stay the night here or
I'll probably be in the common room when they wake up.
when they wake up? Okay. Okay. All right. What do you guys want to do now?
I'm guessing the next thing we have on the agenda is the Kalistar, right? Didn't we want to get that done, or is that not something important? Unless the duel comes up and we don't have any control over when that happens.
We could just get it over with.
Yeah, I'm fine with doing the Kalistar thing next.
Well, this is all you. I point at Dalabash.
You had the letter, right?
I thought you had it.
No, she gave it to you.
Just
Don't do
kidding.
that! No, I will not
Just
go if you do not have that fucking letter.
How far away from the inn is it?
Okay, so really quickly, I want to show you guys the quest log. So if you go to the journal section, that's like the open book there at the top. Down at the bottom, you'll see two buttons, the quest log and the to-do list. Now, you guys should be able to add your own quests. So if there is something in particular you want to accomplish for your character, you should be able to add it And I believe the permissions are set up by default that you will be the owner and you would be the only one that would see it. But I'm not totally sure. You guys should see available, in progress, completed, and failed.
Yep.
Yep. I have
Where's the
one
option to add
additional.
one?
Oh, you don't have one?
Yeah,
An
I don't see
option?
that either.
I don't see one.
Oh, then that's good to
For
know.
what?
The option to add a quest.
If you do create journal entry, just change the folder to the quests.
Hold on. Players can create quests. Now
Oh,
you
there it
should. If
is.
you close it, yeah,
Add
you should be able to
quests.
see it. Yeah.
It's there.
Players can accept quests, meaning you can move them into in progress. I can mark them as available, right? So, like for example, if you look to the available, right now we have the Champions Duel. Now, if you guys put something on your quest name instead of just new quest, can everyone see everyone's quest?
Yeah. Yep.
So, what you need to do is just tell me if you don't.
Is that a daily quota or a repeatable quest?
I think it's repeatable.
Or are you out of names taken to take?
But you can also have your own quest. But so if there's something that because one of those quests should have gone away. So everyone, if you look at the available tab, everyone except for Jamie should only see 3 quests. Is that correct?
In
Yep.
the which one?
I love it. Who did kick ass and take
Me.
names? Names taken 05. That's amazing. I love it.
Now I can't delete it though. I don't know why I can't get rid of it.
You might not have the permission to do that.
Oh, I hit a button and it went away. All right.
There should be a trash can.
It
Yeah.
went
now
to
it's in progress.
Oh,
Oh, you
there we go. I have engaged the quest.
There you go. Yeah, if you don't want that one, I'll delete it.
Yeah, you can delete it.
Okay.
Abandoned quest.
and so like the hold on, the Champions Duel, there is one objective, but there are also some sub-quests which I'm making available. So now if you guys all look at the Champions Duel quest, you have some sub-quests which you can then click on. They're actually linked to another quest where one is discover the opponent or details of the duel. And so here you can see that there are other things that you can find out, and there are objectives on each of those. So as these are currently available, any one of you can choose to set it as in progress, and someone just did. And it shows you the original quest giver. So like Meet with Kalishtar, if you click on that one, that is that was given to you guys by Janella Foswaith. I'm gonna add one now, which is do your
Job.
Do your duty. And that is going to be from Imwraith. and that actually has, two similar objectives, right? So that has two objectives, and that is something that is, should. Yep. So let's make that in progress. So Imwraith has, but those are subquests, right? I mean, meeting with the king, that's already something you've done, but he specifically wants you to convince the king to not make a move against the houses, which is again kind of already what you are wanting to do. But while the Council of 12 wants you to succeed, right? Imwraith is making it a requirement. And he has offered you two options, right? He suggested if diplomacy doesn't work, then fear can be a useful tactic. But if you guys want to make a quest and you just want it to be yours, just send me a message and I'll set the permissions so that only you guys will see it. Jamie, you're muted if you're talking.
The one I put there is for me.
Yep, I figured. I figured as soon as I saw that. Oh, you can also make it a primary quest. I don't know what that means. I just figured this would be a good way. It's kind of neat. I'm not trying to turn this into an MMO, but hopefully it'll help you guys keep better organized about everything that's going on right now. If it gets too much, let me know. We'll tweak it. I'm not trying to make it like, oh, here's a quest giver, Although that could be fun, right? You go to the town notice board and see that there's, someone posted help me, and you guys are like, hey, fuck it, let's do it. So.
Oh yeah, there's one more that, if that is still a quest, the lady who needed Lob's help with the human traffickers.
Yes, actually, I have made that, but I'm only going to make that available for Lob.
Okay.
So you guys won't see that. I needed to actually remember the name of the person that I said he was looking for. I think actually that's in Hunter's notes, thankfully.
It is.
So I did correct some spellings on a few NPCs. So,
I think I have it in my note, but
yeah.
You do on yours too, but yeah.
Okay. We got about 15 minutes left. I wanted to make sure that you guys saw this so you have a good idea of everything that you've got going on. You have the duel, but there are some subquests that you can do as well. So if you choose, you can try and find. You don't know when it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, they don't exactly know where we are, but that'll be the giveaway that they've been tracking us when they find us here.
True.
Did you think you
All
could
right.
hide and switch hotels? Ha ha ha!
Not hiding from you, dude.
Too bad we don't have Leo Mun's tiny hut.
I almost took that instead of sending. Or it was one of those. I think we're doing the Kalistar, and then we're hanging out until the duel happens and see if we can leverage that to get a meeting with the king.
Well, the
Yeah.
quest mentions we could meet with the houses together or separately. It might be useful to meet with some of them, especially House Orion and maybe Vidalis, to figure out what the heck is happening and what the dispute is about, and
We could do that while we
what,
wait for the duel to come
yeah,
due.
Yeah.
and why Lorandar has been acting apparently weird, and according to Emerith, has someone pulling their strings, it sounded like.
None of us are directly connected to these houses specifically, right?
No.
No. You guys, so amongst you, you have relationships with House Civis, Fiarlan, and House Cannith.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
All right, let's get this over with.
We will keep you safe.
Hopefully they can
Hope-
tell us something about this political situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's not why we're going, right?
No, that's not why we're going.
Yeah.
Not the
This
main reason, but
is a mistake. We should not be going here.
Would you rather me stay here by myself and do nothing? Or go and try and at least find out something?
I do not trust this seeker.
I'm not surprised that you don't. But she might know about you. Or more about you. I don't trust any of them. But if they know more than I do, that's something.
Something is wrong.
With what?
Me? Us?
I mean, there's a lot wrong with you. You're kind of an asshole. Maybe
Why?
she'll know.
Why can't I remember?
Why do you think I would know? She might know. Maybe when whatever happens, you forget for a reason. I've never met anyone else like me. I don't have answers.
If I say run, you better fucking run.
And what are you gonna do if I don't?
I don't wish to die.
Neither do I. But I can't use your fears and not find out what's going on. Plus, if I run, I'd look guilty. They would probably attack, especially if we were not with Dalabash in that note.
We may get answers. That might be worth it.
It's gonna have to be, unless you can take over control.
It would be so much simpler.
Oh well.
All right. So, Is that where you are all headed?
Lob here this morning when we're all downstairs having breakfast.
Yep, Lob was there in the common room.
All right. I think we've decided that that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to, as we're like putting away our breakfast or whatever, standing up from the table, walking toward the door, I'm just gonna offhandedly say to Lob, "Hey, where's your sword?"
I have a sword. And I motion to my great sword that I had before.
Mm-hmm. I just kind of shoot the others a look.
I roll my eyes.
I mutter something under my breath, but not unless anyone really cares what it is.
It's an Orcish,
Is it? Yeah, it's in Orcish.
which I don't speak.
I think staff might speak it.
Let me see.
All right, Dove.
Yes.
No.
A message plays in your mind
By way of sending stone, or just
by
Okay.
way of sending stone.
Okay. Hello?
You can. I have created a new folder.
Sending stone messages. Nice.
Yep, and there is a message for you.
Okay, I see it. And I will respond. Understood.
Okay.
Was it like right after I mentioned it to Law? Strangely prophetic.
Well, I was in the middle of writing it
Oh, okay.
literally when you said that.
All right. So it's probably like I wake up to it.
Now you can share these with people.
I mean, I think I would just tell people afterwards. You mean I can actually set the whole note to share?
Well, you'd have to just tell them because I'm not going to do that. But you receive another message.
Oh, I see now they're popping up. So, do we all show up for breakfast at the same time, or is there a chance that Lob is the last one down there?
No,
Lob
Lob was
actually
one.
the first.
Oh, he's the first. Right.
Lob is the first.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit on that one for a bit.
Okay.
Mother is going to do the Dalavesh signal. Call the Batman.
Use the bat phone.
Just use the devil horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to somehow teach all of you how to do this. All right, fine.
Yes, somehow teach us your racial ability. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You could just hear what they say and then just respond with whatever the fuck you want.
I could have told you guys if I wanted to.
He's a good man. He wouldn't do
He
that.
is a good man, I know. Never trust a good man.
Yeah, never trust. Never trust.
That's true.
All right, Mother, what is your
But-
message to Dalavesh?
Basically say I would say something to Lob, but I don't think it would help. But we should do something.
I say back, I think Lob is a lost cause at this point. He's pretty much a the team, and I honestly don't even like him being here. I'm only here because with him because we have to be.
Oh no.
I'll respond. If he endangers the group objectives, he should not be.
I think he's hindered things more than he's helped, to be honest.
I'm so
Perhaps-
glad we're not hearing this.
Yeah, right.
Agreed. Perhaps see if Dove has ideas. Perhaps she can persuade him.
Oh.
I'll relay that message to Dove.
I think that I will, in Dalabash's head, say, yeah, you're not the only one concerned about Lob. The people we met with last night are asking if they should deal with it for us.
I respond with deal with it how?
They didn't specify.
Amazing.
Wow.
I consider we give him time to cool down and see where his head's at. It's been a pretty rough couple days.
All right, that's fine, I guess.
Lob
I'll
needs to
look
feel in control.
I'll relay that back to Mother.
I'll respond, okay, but we may not have a couple days. We need him to win the duel he caused that somehow now has implications for all of us.
I honestly don't think any of us can get through to him right now, so it would be pointless.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I don't say that.
Wow. That's wrong, but alright.
I wonder why he joined the group and what he wants, but he would not tell me, so.
I think he has some sort of a kinship with Saf. Some sort of protective thing with her. I don't really know much about it.
We know a little bit, right? We've been together long enough to... So the stream years from now is going to be like, what are they laughing at? Because they can't see the conversation going on in Discord right now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We will need to think on it, I think.
I think the general feeling is
Have
that
we,
if
all right, just
if we
realistically,
approach
over the last 3 years, have we had this kind of a relationship? Like, I know we just started playing only a few months in game, but our characters have been together for like 3 years now, running around. I'm wondering if we're just used to Lob being stubborn like this and then coming out of it, or if this is a new thing for him. This is a question for Jamie, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a
This
fair
is
question.
new. This is new.
Okay.
I think the general feeling here is that if we really press him, it's just going to push him away and piss him off more.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's my fear, is that...
Ooh, you could not be more opposite.
Yeah, but we don't know
We
that
don't know
because
that,
you're
yeah.
being such a fucking
know.
asshole. Like, why would we want to talk to you if you're gonna be like that?
Be like what?
Be a fucking dick.
Have I been a dick?
Yes! Yes, you have,
Why?
actively, by choice!
By who? By what? What did I do that was dickish?
I mean, last
Okay,
night...
hold on. So one of the things I just want to point out is, again, it's how people are perceiving. But there's also a lot of layers to this, right? Some people, meaning players, don't really like to be confrontational.
That
They
is definitely my
avoid
problem.
it, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's just not, and so it's hard to role play
Yeah.
a character who is comfortable with confrontation. It's not easy. That's really stretching yourself, far outside. And so I'll just point out there's just these are just my observations. Mother tried
Mhm.
and immediately was told, "Shh, don't even."
Mhm.
Right, and that was in
Well,
character by Lob, and
that is
that's what the
true.
rest of the party is
But
seeing.
mother, the group. I'll give you this. The group would know if we've been together for years that Mother is Lob's least favorite party member.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
And
I hadn't made that connection yet, so.
So this is important right now. You guys need to understand as players what has changed, what the dynamics are, because I think it is important to note that this is new behavior.
Yeah.
This is not the Lob you have always known. And I think it's important to share those dynamics. If something in your character has been, oh no, Mother and I just never get along. We're like oil and water, and that's just always how it's been.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact that Saf and Lob have a very strong, close connection. In fact, when we just talk backstory, and despite the connection that Dove and Lob have, Saf, Lob is here because of Saf, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie?
No, that's right.
I think that's correct. So
That was the impression I had too.
when it comes to things, again, it's hard as a player to be like, no, damn it, we're going to talk about this, because that may just not be your personality. But try and think of it in terms, and I think it helps if you frame it in the fact that
How about we're all friends, all right?
Right.
This is not me versus. This is not Jamie
right,
versus Brian
Right.
or Chris or Jerry
and hopefully,
or Hunter.
right, and hopefully that's what my literal goal right now is to try and help illustrate that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so what is Dalavash's relationship with Lob? Has it always been confrontational, or have you guys gotten along? Just if we only took... Yeah, I think if we only took just this campaign and pretend that there was no backstory, no implied backstory, up until now, you both have gotten along pretty well.
We've
Right?
gotten along, but there's a lot of things that Dalavash didn't agree with that he just kind of let slide because he was like, well, that's Lob.
Sure.
Oh, I might add, Saf kind of has talked to him and confronted him in the past, and that
Multiple
hasn't done a lot.
But it's fine. I think my problem specifically with the confrontation is what his attitude changed with Tomas, and then coupled with the fact that when they were at the Mount Combro place, he actively pushed her into a barrier and almost got her killed. So even though that wasn't what his intent was, she's like, you almost killed me. You had no idea what you were doing, and now you're acting like...
I held you.
Exactly, you held me and I almost died. And that is what she sees, and that plus the attitude change, she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're going through, but I don't want to deal with it. Because you actively almost killed me. Along with your whole issue.
We'll have to consider an intervention, like the meme there. But it could end up with somebody getting punched in the jaw.
Well, and that's the thing is, the only other thing I would say is, understand that there will be limits to what you're capable of doing in a role play.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my advice to everyone is make an attempt to roll with whatever. And, you know, so if a character is making a, you know, attempt, it's okay to have your character react in a certain way, but let the player know if it's working. Because without that knowledge, without that player knowledge, I feel like if it was me, and this is, you know, again, just an observation, if it was me, I would just be like, all right, fuck it, I don't care. You know, do you. You have to be able to let the player know that the character would sense, okay, this is working. It's just I need to keep at it. I need to keep chipping away at those cracks in the wall until the wall comes down, right? The player must know that it is actually an avenue that could yield results, because if the player feels that it's not going to yield any results, then neither the player or the character are going to pursue it. So that's just my observation. And I want to just say that I love the dynamics. I love what's happening because I think it's real, right? There's a problem with your group. And if this is truly someone who you have spent the last 3 years surviving and, you know, making things happen and doing these, you know, clandestine missions and things like that, do you just discard that person at the first sign of difficulty? Or do you do whatever you can to reach them?
Okay, so what we need is some tranquilizer pills or some kind of sleeping knockout gas. And a potato sack we can throw over his head so that when he comes to, tied to a chair.
Hold person.
Haha! Yes!
That or just okay, here's mother, hit me.
He did try that.
I can see the intervention where we have to have him tied to a chair in order to have this intervention.
Well, I also think that the common room is not the ideal place to have.
Right. No, definitely not.
Especially at a nice place like this. I mean, the dormouse, you know.
Yeah.
But would it be helpful if you guys were to, because it's hard when you're put on the spot, would it be helpful to, you know, like if you as characters decided, all right, that's it. We're dealing with this right now. We're going to the room, or we're going somewhere that's private, and we're dealing with this now. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you guys got to that point, would it be helpful as players to have this as a text-based conversation over Discord? So that you have time to think about your response, because, you know, part of the challenge of being someone who doesn't like confrontations is that fear and anxiety of being put on the spot. And where if we take away the live stream and we give everyone time to think about and formulate what they want to say or what they think their character would say, take away that pressure of, you know, oh, what do I think of? I can't think of anything right now. Take that away, step back, and just have a dialogue that's not in real time. Would that help?
It might.
What are your thoughts, Jamie?
My thoughts is that I feel like I'm in the minority here. I feel, since I have some experience running games, I might have become a difficult player. And I feel maybe I should leave the game.
Oh, no.
Can you cut the stream?
I can cut
James?
the stream.